There are a number of different areas that Taiji works in, or works on rather, in the healing area. It will work at a basic level, for instance, for the person who's inactive, sitting at home watching television all the time, or goes to work and excuse me, works on typewriters all day and doesn't get much exercise. In other words, for the basic couch potato. It'll work for those people in that it gives you your whole body a necessary workout every day. If you do it twice, you're getting it twice a day. As it takes around 25, 30 or even 40 minutes to perform the whole Taiji form, it's also an excellent aerobic exercise. Because as most of us know nowadays, you have to be exercising aerobically for at least 25 to 30 minutes. And Taiji will do that for you. A lot of people look at Taiji and they think, well, gee, that's not going to give me much exercise, just these slow movements. But you have to consider, of course, that in order to stand on one leg, bent, that leg is bent, and take very slow steps, taking a while to take slow steps. And some of these postures that we do in Taiji, of course, you're standing on your right leg, for instance, bent for a long while. Stork spreads wings into brush knee twist step until you can actually get the weight off of that leg and onto the other leg. And by the time you get the weight onto the left leg, you're literally going, oh, thank God I got onto that leg. So you're giving yourself a good workout doing Taiji, even though the movements are slow. And it's an excellent exercise for people who are in fact overweight or who are perhaps sick and infirmed, recuperating, etc. Because it's relatively easy to do, and it doesn't stress your body as most other exercises do. You're not jogging, you're not running, you're just moving slowly. So it is really an excellent exercise for all people, even for super fit people. I've tried to give, for instance, Qigong to super fit people, and they say, oh, come on, I need to look at my muscles, you know. I can stand with bent knees like that for any amount of time. 5 minutes, they're going, oh, God, what's happening to me? Because they don't understand that Taiji unblocks energy passages through your body. And in doing so, it causes you to shake. And it literally gives every muscle in your body an excellent workout. I've had doctors test my heart rate and all my vital signs before and after I've practiced Taiji. And every one of them have always said that Taiji is one of the best aerobic exercises that they've ever seen. I've had super fit people come to me and they've been exercising all the wrong way and their body is really, really tense. Really tense shoulders, tense arms, tense legs, tense neck, and they're getting headaches and they're getting all sorts of things because they've been exercising tensely. And so when we first start them on Taiji, they find it very difficult because they're just not used to relaxing. However, once they start to relax, the headaches go away, but they're still getting a workout. The beauty of it is that you can then take what you learn in your Taiji, the way of moving, the Taiji way of moving, you can take that back into your own exercise regime or own sport, for instance. A lot of people come to me and they say, well, what about, weightlifting? I'm into weightlifting and bodybuilding and so on. I say, well, okay. I used to do it myself professionally when I was younger. I say, well, okay, that's okay, but as long as you learn to use only the right muscles for the right job, rather than tensing your whole body up when you're doing bench press, for instance. You'd really got to think to yourself, do it in the Taiji way, and think, okay, I'm going to relax all the extraneous muscles and only use the right muscles for the right job. And therefore you alleviate that tension, you won't get sick, you won't get headaches. So that's how it works on a purely physical level. It's a really good exercise for anyone, even children, to practice. With children, however, it's always best, I find, because they're yang, and they naturally yang, of course, and they want to do things, they want to see results straight away, etc. I always teach children, apart from my own kids have learnt from babies, and so Taiji is just something that people do. It's not an added thing that they have to go and learn. It's just part of their lives. But with other kids, I tend to take them I give them some of the more kung fu-y type of move, like the the small san sao, for instance, to start with, as well as the form. And I say, well, okay, I'll give you these good, strong, fast exercises, as long as you do the slow ones as well, because their concentration span isn't that fantastic when they're kids. So this is natural. So it's good for everyone. It's an excellent exercise for everyone. There is another area of Taiji healing, and this is the main one that we look at, however. Taiji it's a very sophisticated healing art. It works upon the meridians in your body and also upon the organs associated with those meridians. If we move, we have to have energy. Obviously, you have to have energy to do anything. But you want to close a door, you have to use energy to do it. The energy has to come from somewhere, doesn't it? It comes from the Dantian. That's where your energy is stored. This is how Taiji is going to work in the healing area. Now, the Chinese knew about this, and they knew that energy had to come from somewhere. It just doesn't go and go throughout your body. It has channels through which to flow to get to the right places for that piece of work that you're trying to do. So being a feudal nation, the Chinese invented a healing art based upon their martial arts. If Taiji were invented in America, for instance, we'd probably be doing movements like or movements like that in order to activate the energy through these meridians and the associated organs. So the Chinese knew about this. So what they did, the people who invented Taiji, of course, were people of great genius. And they invented movements which, when you did a movement, the sort of work that is associated with this particular posture or movement, it took the energy from the Dantian through, it had to go through a certain meridian in order to do that sort of work. Let me explain physically. Okay, the posture of brush knee and twist step. From here, that posture.